You're listening to Rockland News, available on Apple, Spotify, and online at rocklandnews.com. Thanks for joining us today. Here are your hosts, Tom Osa and Mike Kluger.
I can't even believe we got on the show today based on the cold.
I mean, I woke up this morning and my phone told me it was 2 degrees. It is now a whopping 8 degrees, listeners. 8 degrees, layers, like ogres and onions.
It is colder than an IRS agent's heart right now, and I am hoping for summer very soon. But here we are, and we're going to warm your hearts today on Rockland News. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today.
What is so warming?
I'm sorry?
What's going to be so warming for our hearts? Is it because Ed Day is doing awesome things? Is it because we have new sport roundup thing going on?
We do have a new sport.
Tell us about all of the warming things.
All right, well, let me just turn off the music and remember to keep the music like in check and everything like that. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of news happening. And we have our new sports roundup show at 9:30 a.m. today with, guess who we have on the air?
The other Tom Brady.
That's how we're going to say it.
Right.
That's how we're going to say it. I've been trying to figure out because it's not the Tom Brady, but
it's the other Tom Brady.
Yeah, and he is a Tom Brady.
It's like we in Rockland, we have the Joe Durso and the other Joe Durso.
That's it.
Right?
That's it, man. You're the dude.
Man.
Yeah. So cold today. Mike, you want to do the weather since you're the dude, man?
Well, I'm going to give you a little hippy dippy weather with my hippy dippy weather.
Yeah, do that.
So today is Wednesday. It is cold. It is not going to snow anymore today. That's today, folks. Tomorrow, however, it warms up to 45 degrees.
Woohoo!
It dips back down on Friday to 34. Saturday gets even colder. We're back in the teens. Folks, get your shovels, your salt, your plows ready to go.
Yeah.
Sunday, more snow. Yeah. More snow into Monday. Tuesday will not be so snowy. Wednesday, more snow. So I would say enjoy the next few days, but it's cold. And then it's going to snow.
It really is.
So do your stretches, do your
push-ups, kegels, do your kegels.
For your pelvic floors, right? And get ready to shovel and salt some more. And that is the weather. Stay warm.
Notably, on Sunday, I think it's going to be 5 to 9 inches of snow, Mike.
Oh,
yeah, it's crazy.
That is crazy. Now, one of our wonderful politicians has done I guess you'd call it a warming drive because it wasn't just coats, right? It was coats and socks and pants and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, Senator Bill Weber, 38th District, essentially he, through his efforts, he raised approximately 2,800 pounds in winter clothing, mostly coats, things of that nature.
How many pounds does a coat weigh?
I was thinking about that. So it's got to be at least a pound or two, the most, depending upon the coat and the substance and things like that. So I'm guessing it's probably like 2,800 coats.
All right.
Something like that. But that's it. That's a huge amount, which is great.
So, listeners, if you know anyone who's freezing and is walking around threadbare, and not because they are being Scrooge, but because they have no money, because that's what's happening in the world today, direct them to Tom.
Yep, you caught me off guard, but I'm going to find it. It's right here because
I apologize, Tom, and I have not finished our first cups of coffee.
Type person, so it's all good.
And we need to get to the second cup of coffee to get into that sink. So Tom's going to tell you.
All right, so 2,800 pounds of gently used coats, hats, scarves, gloves, and shoes, and it benefited the following organizations: Helping Hands, Home for Heroes, Conbit Neg Lakai, my friend Renald Julian over there. Cutpath Ezra, hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Martin Luther King Multipurpose Center, and we had a big thing about Martin Luther King Day on Monday.
Yeah.
Multipurpose Center is located in Spring Valley. The Nyack Homeless Project, and I did some charitable work with my friend Stephanie many years ago for them. It's a good organization, and several other different organizations. So those are the places where the coats were distributed. And, now that's available.
And I would say, listeners, citizens, that if you have been going through your closets and you are still finding extra clothes and you are still abundant and you want to get rid of some of this stuff, but you don't want to throw it away,
Yeah.
go check out that list of places that Tom just told you and see if you can donate your stuff
Yeah, definitely.
because there are people in need.
I happen to notice that around the holidays, obviously people give more of their time and their talents and their treasures, but it seems that in January, February, and I mean, I do it too these days. I mean, it's like so much going on.
We're all burnt out.
Everybody's burnt out. Yeah. But that's the time when I think that people that are in need are even further in need. I mean, a good example is like, for instance, People's Orange and Rockland bills are going skyrocketing these days. Resources are costing more per dollar.
But somehow our power plant is making millions of dollars and
That's
we're not getting
right.
taxes,
And
right?
our friend Joe Call, he's been keeping an eye on Bowline.
Well,
And
we see Bowline all the time. It keeps dumping the steam and the smoke out the stacks.
yeah, he did a whole bunch of calculations. Let me see if I could bring up his. Sometimes I feel like this is like Opie and Anthony in the morning, like old school 1990s sort of thing. Like
as opposed to your what was it, something in Cubis?
Well, that's if we start talking politics.
Nah,
like
we don't do that. We only talk Rockland politics. And why, Tom? Because we would like to be the voice of Rockland.
Oh, look at that! Space just made a new post on their
speaking of politics,
Facebook, Spacebook,
Space.
Hi, George. How are you? I heard that you were very nice over at the town board meeting the other day, and we appreciate it.
I still am inviting George to this radio segment so we can have, podcast segment. I'm too old. I keep calling it the radio. To have a civil conversation with Tom, with me moderating. I will not take sides. I will make everyone play nice. Tom won't hit you or bite you.
No,
I promise.
I don't hit or bite, at least not out in public.
So come visit us, George.
Right.
Talk about space. All I've been hearing is Tom's comments about space. I want to hear George's comments about space. George, come visit us. Call us in.
And he is a big fan. By the way, this is George of Stony Point. There's many Georges. For instance, we've had George Homan on the show many times. Town supervisor of Clarkstown.
He's an excellent guy.
Yeah, he's awesome. And, just to clarify, this is a colleague of mine up in Stony Point. And I am moderating myself. But, hey, he talks about, this is America and civil discourse. All right, well, let's civilly discourse. I got some discourse for you, my man.
I am inviting him on our show. I will moderate the show. Now, speaking of Stony Point,
all right. So
I heard that my classmate came and talked to you.
Which one?
Amy Conklin-Stam, the first female supervisor of Stony Point. Very proud. Tom, what did you and Amy have to talk about?
Yes, sir. So Amy was talking about her plans for 2026. Now, they just had their first board meeting over at Patriot Hills. I think that was last Tuesday, not this past Tuesday, but it was on the 13th, right?
Okay.
So it's the first one that she presided over. It seems like the board had a lot on the agenda. One of the big components that she wanted to put forth in FORTH, put forth this year is streetscape.
What's streetscape?
So for instance, like the roads on 9W and several other roads in Stony Point, they're starting to fall, a little bit long in the tooth. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So one of the board's plans this year is to enhance the visibility and the safety and just the overall aesthetics of 9W.
So it's not a safety issue. It's more of a tourism issue. Amy wants the town to look a little prettier and invite more people in to use the shops that
absolutely tourism, but I think it was more along the lines of, if you are driving in the morning, you want to have that good feeling vibe as you're headed to work. It's like, you know what, this makes it all the worth it. I'm in a great town, and Stony Point is a great town in my opinion. And you get the feel of the history that happened. There's really great local retailers here, but for the streetscape, what she and the board plan to do is perhaps extend the lights that are on the Charles C. Ecker Memorial Bridge, maybe extend them further down on 9W so it goes through the business district.
When you say lights, you're not talking traffic lights. You're talking the aesthetic
Yeah, you know,
Street
like
lights.
the lights that you see, like around, for instance, at the clocks that they have in many different locations in towns and villages. There's
Right.
clocks that are there. You know,
Right.
they have like this historical look to it.
Right.
That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting that the board is perhaps aiming towards. Is
Okay.
that they're trying to bring back that historical feel,
Okay.
but also add a layer of modern technology. You
All
know,
right.
lights. And so basically, you know, I was being a little sarcastic there. Lights are not, you know, but
Gas lights.
LED lights, LED lights, like, you know, perhaps
Right.
there's some new technology that makes it energy efficient to be able to do so.
Maybe solar panels.
And that's a cool environmental component right there.
There was a some sort of electric generator down in the park that we did Sony Music Fest at.
That's right, over at Lowland Park.
It had solar panels that had a little bit of a windmill thing going on.
Mhm.
People could charge their phones there.
Yeah.
It's a very, if citizens, if you've not been to the parks in Rockland County, you really should check them out. It is part of your taxes anyway. It's not going away. The parks are really great. I wouldn't suggest going today unless you're a polar bear, and Tommy's wearing
And you
his Stony
enjoy
Point
3-degree
Seals.
weather outside.
I
Yeah,
know.
Stony Point
But
Seals. Woo,
when
woo.
it warms up, or if you are indeed a cold lover, go check out some Rockland parks. There are so many of them.
Mhm.
We have town parks, we have village parks, county parks, state parks. New York State has more state parks than any other state in the union.
There's pledge pin parks. There's a whole bunch of
Oh,
parks.
you and your pledge pins.
Oh, pledge pin. Just going back to the Amy Conklin Stam piece in the
Who
news,
is not wearing a pledge pin?
is not wearing a pledge. Well, she might be wearing, like, you know, the United States.
That's
I
not a
think
pledge pin.
all the elected officials.
She's
I'm
no
pretty
longer
sure
pledging.
that they,
She's in.
not at the moment. right?
She's in.
She's in, but you know, she's like, we're all pledging allegiance to, you know. Dun, 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 dun. All right.
All right.
Anyway. All right. So
Opie and Anthony,
streets
here we
is going to be one component.
Okay.
And a whole variety of other events and
Okay.
happenings and everything. We talked a little bit about the Chamber of Commerce. So it was a really good conversation.
Okay.
And then Howard, you know, and now that we have all of the different town supervisors on the show at
Right.
AM Rockland's News, every week at 3:30 in the afternoon, we have boots on the ground with the Chambers of Commerce right after the government officials talk.
So that's Tuesdays, folks. 2 for Tuesdays, government
Yes.
and Chamber of Commerce.
And then at the end, you get a business roundup with several of my colleagues from the BSPN, the Business Success Professional Network.
Awesome.
You know, yeah.
Not to be confused with the weed killer.
Yeah. Or the conversation killer that I just
Roundup?
did. All right, so check it out. Let me bring up the news. And actually, Mike, if you can help with this, because my laptop is acting up this morning. I don't know.
We are having technology
I got
issues all over the place, folks. I think it's because our technology doesn't like when it's cold.
It might be. It might be.
Although I don't understand, because like I'm hearing all of the new major technology, the crazy AI needs to be cooled with all of our precious water sources,
Yuppers.
which seems a little not good for the people and not good for the citizens, in lieu of big business, which we all know Mike does not like big business,
Why not?
because I think they hurt the citizens.
You're
And
working.
don't
You're working
like-
on an iPad, you know.
Well, only because it got handed to me and I got to read the news.
Well, yeah. So
Well,
it
more
has a
importantly,
business utility.
Let
to
me
it.
let me tell you about the good businesses. You know
Okay.
why? Because our sponsors are all local businesses. They are Rockland County businesses, and they are important.
Absolutely.
Like Dana Pest Control,
Absolutely.
and Yabu Fence,
Yaboo!
Easy Temp, and
Kobe Sushi with their jazz music lounge with music on Wednesdays and Saturday nights. You can check them out in New City, New York. It's a beautiful place, 2 bars lit up, and it's an 80-person restaurant. You can learn more at kobenewcity.com.
And they host parties.
Susan Bova from Coldwell Banker Realty. Lauren Molino Muller from Howard Hanna Rand Realty. Fantastic ladies, by the way.
Whole Shot Bagels over there in Havistraw, across from the cemetery. They make the fine bagels. They got fine Spanish food. Pretty much anything that you need to eat for breakfast and lunch, they can make it for you.
3 egg and cheese with sausage and pepper, ketchup, no salt. I'm like the guy from like Office Space. He's like, "Excuse me, I said no salt. No
Uh,
salt. The next is 99 signs, because, ladies and gentlemen, a business without a sign
is a sign of no business.
That's right. And if you need any sort of signs, lawn signs, billboards, banners, the vertical signs that go up and down. For instance, Rockland Music Fest. On
Yeah.
Rockland Music Fest, we had these huge, like 20-foot banners going across the stage. We had a whole bunch of sponsors that were displayed. 99signs.com is the place where you want to go. And my friend Greg, he holds it down really nice. And he's got a great team that can help you with your marketing strategy.
Now, in
Yeah.
this cold weather, in all of the if you happen to have gotten scratches, dings, you were shoveling and you accidentally hit your car with your shovel, you go to FC Perfection.
That's right. My friend Frank over there, and he's had the shop for many years. I'll tell you, you might not have the bikini body, but Frank can turn your sports car into a bikini. It's a freaking, he's got an operation over there. Was that a bad analogy?
Yeah, I'm not following.
We created this advertisement with, like, it was kind of like a Taylor Sheridan sort of vibe, where basically, like, on Landsman, they have, let's just say, they have scantily clad individuals. I'm going to be, very nice about that, right?
Okay.
And and that's the vibe that they create on the show. Now, we created a video. It was like, well, we may not be able to give you a swimsuit body, but we can turn your car into a swimsuit. And then it had like a Testarossa going past, like, a really fast car.
All right.
So that was like basically what it is. But all right, so we're going to change the advertisement now that you brought it up. But FC Perfection, located in Congers, New York, for all your auto body repair.
Moving on to Clean Space Maintenance Management Company. This is a come and get the junk out of your house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You could be playing Nirvana in the background, like, come as you are. And you just play the music, and you take all the stuff in your house and you bring it out to the trailer and you dump it in there. And guess what?
They take it away.
And you have a clean space. So
That's
visit
great.
them at cleanspacemmc.us.
We might need this here in the studio because we have so much stuff from Rockland Music Fest.
Oh, forget about it.
It might need to go.
Mike, I can't say anything just yet because we obviously have to go in order, but
We're so linear.
I started planning for the next one.
You heard it here, folks. There will be a new Rockland Music Fest.
Yeah, if my wife doesn't divorce me
or kill you,
there will be. Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
All right, and our last, newest, biggest, keeping the rock in Rockland, the New York Boulders baseball team,
located over at Clover Stadium in Pomona. That's where we had Rockland Music Fest.
And they are more than just baseball, folks. They do all sorts of community events, entertainment stuff. So even if you don't like baseball, go check out the Boulders. They have lots of events.
Yep. And last year, like I mentioned, we had Rockland Music Fest. Last week, we had Seth from the New York Boulders, and he's been the announcer, and he's in the organization for many, many years.
And he is homegrown Rockland.
That's right.
North Rockland in the marching band after I had left. So
yeah, that was crazy. Like, I didn't even know that, and you guys were vibing while we were talking.
Yeah. Because let me tell you, there is something about those of us who went to North Rockland and played in the music department. We got a thing,
The interview is available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And at 9:30 every Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. in the morning, we're going to have the sports roundup. And we're going to start to go into, like, sports about, like, the local teams and everything like that.
Awesome.
And guess who our announcer for that is going to be at 9:30?
Will it be the other Tom Brady?
Tom Brady, dude. We got Tom Brady on the show.
Maybe he'll talk about the Giants.
I hope so. Yeah, Harbaugh, yo. I'm telling you, man. I mean, I'm feeling good possibilities. I don't want to, like, pre-plan this whole thing, but the dude has the right vibe.
Well,
dude always has the right vibe.
I'm hoping so, because I'm beginning to feel, and I'm about to pick on the Jets fans, I'm beginning to feel like a Jets fan, where every year I'm like, the Giants look so good, and then they just fail on us.
Yeah.
It's been season after season after season of disappointment in all of New York football.
Yeah, it's tough. My friend Dan, he's a diehard Jets fan. And, and there's hope and optimism at the beginning of the season. And then
do you know what
somewhere
Jets stands
along
for?
the way, I don't want to. I don't even
Just
mention it.
eliminated this season.
Drive the night through a quarter of Rockland's heart, won't you?
Only a quarter?
I mean, I'm just estimating. I'm thinking like there's Giants fans and Jets fans and
There are a few Bills
and
fans.
Philadelphia Eagles fans.
There's a few, there are quite a few Bills fans, and I do hear the argument, Bills are the only real New York football team.
Yeah.
Right. But
my friend April, she was wearing a Philadelphia Eagles jersey, and she's just like, not sorry, not sorry. And I posted a meme of Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean that says, "It would have never worked between us, dear."
Well, there you go. I feel that way about the Cowboys.
So Haverstraw had a sweep of 130 locations recently in an anti-fraud operation. That's wild, man.
What kind was this, like people calling other people up fraud, internet fraud? What kind of fraud are we talking about?
Yeah, fraud and identity theft.
How can our listeners and our citizens protect ourselves?
Well, first of all, by hearing the news blurb that I'm about to say.
Well, there we go.
I broke a mic. It's
rare. It is rare.
You know what? I heard that little space there.
Yeah, you got me, Tom. You got me.
All right.
Tom gets one up on the board.
Only took 34 minutes for me. All right. Haverstraw Police, in partnership with the Rockland County Intelligence Center, conducted a proactive fraud and identity theft prevention sweep on January 20th, inspecting over 130 publicly accessible credit card machines at gas stations and businesses.
Ooh.
No skimming devices were found, which is good. And the skimming device, I have to describe this. So let's say, for instance, if you go to an ATM, right, and there's something just seems off about the credit card accepting device. Okay. Either there's like the glue on the side of the thing is just a little bit off. It just doesn't seem like it's part of the ATM. And what it is a skimming device. Basically, what happens is a fraudster is going to show up and put this,
fraudster, is that a Tom name, or is that the new going lingo?
It's in Webster's dictionary.
All right,
sure.
All right, it's a real word.
And puts it over the regular credit card machine.
Okay.
So as you're putting your credit card in, the skimming device is recording the number and all of the details about it. So it's pretty messed up. It's like, come on, guys, do something like, better with your lives. Anyway, but the good news is that no skimming devices were found. All right. And Chief John Gould Jr. of Haverstraw Police, he emphasized the importance of staying ahead of criminal activity, and he thanked Sheriff Louis Falco for supplying the specialized detection equipment in order to run the sting operation. Business owners are encouraged to request inspections from the Haverstraw Police at, to your point, 845-354-1500.
So, citizens, as my old dear friend Bill Murphy used to say, if you see something, say something.
Say something, exactly.
Now, are we, the citizens, supposed to go to HPD, or do you go to the business owner, right? If it's an ATM, do you just go to the bank and be like, this seems a little weird to me? Or do you just call
I get what you're saying.
Police departments yourself?
What's the order of operations there?
Right.
Yeah.
So
I think, if it's me, and this is very respectful to our local police force, but I think I would, since it's just suspicion of something going on. And since the ATM machine is on the business owner's property, it's probably good to notify him. And then you can call the police together if you have to.
Well, that's true. That's true.
So you want to do the next one?
Well, there was a weapons possession in Haverstraw by a man from South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Interlopers. No, I believe that we should build bigger tables, not bigger fences.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if people like Richard Campbell, who was 40 years old, of South Carolina, was arraigned in Rockland County on Rockland County Court on multiple weapons charges after a December 23rd, 2025 traffic stop in Haverstraw.
Mm-hmm.
Police found 2 9mm handguns, multiple loaded magazines in his vehicle, including a 17-round magazine, which is illegal in New York. Campbell faces two counts of second-degree criminal possession of a weapon, 4 3-degree counts, and 2 counts of firearm possession. The case is being prosecuted by Senior Assistant DA Michael Thompson and ADA Sean Burke. Now,
it's pretty
folks,
wild.
I want to discuss this. The person, if they are from South Carolina, the rules of firearms are different in South Carolina. I'm willing to bet that if we looked up the South Carolina rules and laws, that all of those weapons, if you were in South Carolina, would probably be legal. And
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
In reverse, if you were traveling with a small jar of marijuana in South Carolina, they would throw you in jail for that.
That is I think that's ironic, and I don't know too much about this cannabis thing.
Well, my point is that when you leave your state, you need to pay attention to what is controversial in the
Right.
state you are going to.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's certain states where like, and I don't know if you've seen these laws that are still on the books.
Oh, New York has some weird
Oh,
laws
it's
still
great.
on the books too.
I gotta look that up. I gotta look that up.
Maybe we need to start doing a segment of strange laws, because I know other shows like this will do that. But folks, citizens, listeners, I want you guys to all keep in mind that the rules outside of Rockland are not the same.
Here we go. There's no throwing knives at people is a crime. Like,
But what if you're at the circus and it's the guy who does the throwing knife
right?
show?
Like, is there an exception? Do you get some sort of a variance? Who knows?
Right. You get. I want a permit to throw knives at my person.
No slurping. I'm not
No
kidding. I'm looking
slurping?
at this. This is in New York. This is a rule. Slurping noodles or other foods is banned. No,
Wait. When did that rule go on the books?
I have no idea. I mean, I could look it up, but there's another one. No balloon releases. Oh, the state actually prohibits the intentional outdoor release of balloons.
Huh.
I was not aware of that.
As an eco warrior, I support this message, but interesting.
Here's something in New York City, and thankfully we're not in New York City, but there's a slipper curfew.
A what?
There's a slipper curfew.
Like you can't wear slippers or you can't slip?
It is illegal to wear slippers in public after 10 p.m., supposedly to deter rats.
Are the rats wearing the slippers?
No, they're snitches for the mob.
Oh, those kind of rats.
Yes.
Do you find them in Walmart?
You know what? I got to say, and not that we're trying to get Walmart for business or anything like that, but I have to say that I've gotten a lot of really good bargains at Walmart.
Right, but we also get the most entertainment because is it a 2 or 3 pajama Walmart day because it's so cold?
It is cold. What was it this morning as far as like the cold?
When I woke up this morning, it was 2 degrees, and I think we're up to 10. Well, no, we're hovering at 8 degrees, listeners. 8. Yep. And let me tell you about what is going on in the Hudson River. The Haverstraw-Ossining Ferry, which I love the work that Mike Kohut has done, trying to get more ferry service. This is one of those things that we cannot avoid. Mother Nature has frozen the Hudson River, and therefore it is not making it so the ferry can cross the river.
Right.
So what Metro North does is they substitute buses. So you can still go to the ferry station. A bus will pick you up and take you to probably Tarrytown instead of Ossining.
Okay.
Let me make sure that's it. Yep. They operate between Haverstraw and Tarrytown Station until further notice. Riders are advised to check the updated bus schedule at mta.info.
Excellent. All right. And not so excellent. Grafton Thomas, the man charged with the 2019 machete attack, at a Hanukkah celebration in Muncie, has been declared mentally incapacitated and unfit to stand trial. Can he sit it? I don't know. A Rockland County judge signed, I'm just saying, the judge in Rockland County signed a new 2-year retention order on January 13th, 2026. Thomas remains confined at the Mid-Hudson Forensic Psychiatric Center. He has been under psychiatric care since 2020, following charges of murder and attempted murder, and the case is being prosecuted by Deputy Chief ADA Dominic Crispino.
Oh, well.
Yeah, pretty
At
wild.
least he is not out walking the streets with his machete.
Yeah, and especially in New York, like, because you don't want to be running around with knives, like we said before.
All right. Well, you were talking about things getting warm, but this is getting heated up. Joe Rand outraises incumbent Bill Weber in the Senate race.
That's right. Yep, hit it.
In just 34 days, Nyack Mayor Joe Rand raised more individual donations than incumbent state Senator Bill Weber during a 6-month reporting period. Rand, who launched his campaign on December 8th, 2025, has collected $73,495 from 294 donors, compared to Weber's $59,377 from 169 donors. Rand also qualified for a projected $250,000 in state matching funds. The campaign credits strong grassroots support and aims to focus on lowering costs and increasing state funding for infrastructure and public services. Listeners and citizens, your local politicians is where you can make a difference.
Exactly.
So we are not backing either Joe Rand or Bill Weber. We would like a nice, clean election. We would like no mudslinging. We would like them to do just as this report does. Tell us what you're going to do for us.
And you know what else we would like from Joe Rand and Bill Weber? A debate.
On air.
And we already have a location for it, Mike. I haven't told you about this.
It's not here in our studio?
It is not. It is not. We're actually going to have it over at Fieldstone Middle School. I spoke with Chris Felicello about this.
Who is Chris Felicello?
He's the superintendent of North Rockland Central School District.
All right.
And basically, we talked for a little bit, and the venue is offered for us to have a civil debate between our elected officials and potential elected officials over at Fieldstone. And the first two candidates will be Joe Rand, Bill Weber.
Do the candidates know?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Actually, no. That's not correct. That is not correct.
No.
We're
inviting them.
I alluded to I would like to have them at the location.
Hold on.
We have the venue.
The gauntlet has been thrown to Mr. Weber and Mr. Rand.
Well, look, let's put it this way. I've put on 11 music festivals. The last one was over at Clover Stadium. And, my premise for creating an event is to first find the venue. And then we set the date and we work on the details and everything. But there's got to be a location for people to marshal their resources and potentially get out there in the 4-degree weather, maybe. All right.
We're up to 8 degrees.
We're up to 8 degrees. Okay. And then, be able to watch some, some debating and whatnot.
Well, and like I said, I encourage clean debate. Tell us, the citizens, what you're going to do for us. Don't talk about the other guy. It's not about the other guy. It's about you.
Right. Exactly. It's about you, the listener, for Rockland's News. And, we're starting to get I feel the buzz happening over this year.
Is it because you went to 202 Cannabis?
Now, I don't know about this cannabis thing, but they are located right on Route 202, right past Town Hall, actually.
All right.
It is the first cannabis dispensary in all of Rockland County that has a drive-through. Yeah.
Drive-through. I don't know about this cannabis.
I don't know about it, but I've been told that there's a whole variety of different flavors and gummies and green. You could get a few, but an eighth you can get and just basically go home.
For someone who doesn't know anything about cannabis, you know an awful lot about cannabis.
I look at it from a scientific standpoint. Did you know that there's over 421 different terpenes inside of the cannabis bud? I looked at this scientifically.
All right.
Yeah. Terpenes are the things that create the sort of emotional effects that you're aiming for. And from what I understand, at least, based on, and they really educate you about this when you're over at 202 Cannabis, located on Route 202. They basically go over the different effects. There's one, and the most common terpene, if I'm not mistaken, is something called beta-caryophyllene.
That sounds like something you get out of a carrot.
Yeah, and there's definitely, it's an overall effect. And then there's a few others. There's limonene, there's linalool, and a whole variety of others. And the different effects, for instance, if you're going for a euphoric effect, if you're going for a sense of calm, you can choose the effect that you want based on the type of cannabis that you purchase over at 202 Cannabis.
So you can really dial it in.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, and I don't know much about this, but, I guess I'm learning from a scientific standpoint.
And from a interview place.
Well, yeah. We're going to be over there.
let me offer this to our citizens. Now, we went to 202 Cannabis, being the very first drive-through cannabis dispensary, because Tom and I, would like to be the eyes, the ears, and most importantly, the voice of Rockland.
And the nose.
The nose knows. And speaking about being in the know, we encourage you listeners, all of you citizens, to give us recommendations, ask us questions, because we would like to be your voice. We would like to take it to Ed Day, Mike Kohut, Amy Conklin-Stam, all of our local politicians, and ask them the important questions. Where are our guardrails for the Four Corners in Nanuet?
Yeah,
those kind
exactly.
of things.
Yeah, safety rails for the protesters. Remember, there was this one protest that had thousands of people there.
I feel like it's been like every other weekend there's another huge protest, but that is not as important as keeping our streets safe, keeping our pedestrians safe, whether you're protesting or just walking to the store.
You know what? That's where I'm going to protest space. I'm going to protest by myself on the Four Corners one day.
Is it because you need all of the space for space?
No. I just want to put a message. Like, it doesn't matter how many people are objective. Well, it doesn't matter how many people disagree with a particular concept. Math is math. Right is right. All right. Left is left.
$10 is $10, says
left
Geddy
is
Lee.
left, and but there's a middle point where people can learn to agree. Now, I haven't exactly been able to do that with George, especially because he doesn't like the libraries around here. I'm like,
whoa. I have already challenged George, invited him on our show so we can talk about this.
That's right, you did.
So let's take a page from what I just said about Joe Rand and Bill Weber. We hope for a clean discussion.
Yeah, exactly.
So let us talk about what the organizations do and what you're trying to accomplish. Now, if you wish to have two sides of an issue and put them on the Four Corners in Nanuet, we would like to try and keep you safe to do that.
We would.
So again, circling back, listeners, we want to know the issues. We want to know your concerns so we can bring them up to the places where we might actually get some resolution.
Absolutely. And that's all the news that we have. We're going to be back in about 5 minutes with our new colleague for,
the other Tom Brady.
The other Tom Brady, exactly. So stay tuned, and we'll have Tom Brady on the show in just a few moments with our new show, The Sports Roundup, at 9:30 every Wednesdays. Everybody, thanks for joining us today.
Stay warm.
You're listening to Rockland News, available on Apple, Spotify, and online at rocklandnews.com. Thanks for joining us today. Here are your hosts, Tom Osa and Mike Kluger.
And finally, we want to thank our sponsors, Yabu Fence Company, Dana Pest Control, Easy Temp, Kobe Sushi. Mike, don't we love Kobe?
We do.
New Music Lounge, Wednesdays and Saturday nights. Susan Bova, Coldwell Banker Realty, Lauren Molino Muller, Howard Hanna Rand Realty, Whole Shot Bagels, 99 Signs, FZ Perfection, Clean Space Maintenance Management Company,
Rockland Music Fest,
and the New York Boulders baseball team. Really happy to have them as sponsors, and we're going to be back in just a few moments with the Sports Roundup at 9:30. Thanks everybody for now. We'll see you soon.
Don't be an ogre. I broke the Tommy.
Don't be an ogre?
I broke the Tom.